Murphy's End. Episode 11. November 3rd. The Elementary School. Good morning, North Murphy High. It is Tuesday, November 3rd, and here are your morning announcements. For all of you who are wondering why school was cancelled yesterday and spent this morning pestering us with questions instead of just enjoying the unexpected 3-day weekend you received, well, let's just say that the turning back of the clocks for daylight savings time didn't exactly go as planned. It took us a while to figure everything out and get it all squared away, but I'm happy to report that over the last 48 hours, in your perception of time at least, we learned a few things. Number 1, apparently when you change the clocks in a building for daylight savings time, you need to make sure you don't miss any of them, because otherwise you get stuck in some kind of weird time loop. Number 2, time loops suck. They're super annoying and extremely difficult to escape. Hence the reason school was closed yesterday. It might have looked like a regular Monday morning to all of you when you showed up for class yesterday, but as far as the rest of us were concerned, it was still Sunday morning. Again, and again, and again. We won't get into just how much time we spent in the loop. But suffice to say, all the leftovers from the Halloween dance are long gone, and we are all very, very tired. Number 3, it was all Devin's fault. Okay? I just want you to know that. Because not only was keeping daylight savings time Devin's idea, he also neglected to show up for clock duty. So I'll just leave it to you to figure out whose clocks weren't set back with everyone else's. And yeah, we're just going to leave it at that. In other news, Devin, you have detention. Both for not showing up on Sunday to help out like you said you would, but also for faking sick yesterday to cover up the fact that you didn't show up. Yeah, we asked around this morning. Funnily enough, nobody saw you waiting to get into school on Monday. So yeah, detention. I'm not going to say how long your detention is going to be over the announcements, in the interest of privacy, but let's just say it'll be roughly equal to the amount of time we spent cycling through the time loop your incompetence created. Okay, thanks. And while we're at it, here's the detention list. Will Kyle, Presley, Nada, and Price all please report to the front office for your standard detention at the end of the day? You will be on cleanup duty in the lab with Sid because apparently the experiment Sid had running didn't respond all that well to the time loop. And Hans and Cho, please report to Hannah directly. She would like to have a talk with you about the incident on Halloween in which you, Hans, let in a pack of feral children that subsequently attacked us and ruined the Halloween dance for everybody, and you, Cho, dared him to do it. Suffice to say, Hannah is very, very disappointed in both of you. Speaking of the feral children, casualties were actually pretty low since we were able to trap most of them in the West Gym where the dance was being held, with only some slight maiming on either side. We think the fact that the tables in there were covered in bowls of candy probably helped. The children have since been checked over by Kyle, who is manning the nurse's office on an extremely frequent basis. Thank you, Kyle. And they've been given a clean bill of health. Well, as far as he can tell anyway, because A, Kyle is not actually a nurse, and B, the children are still feral, so he couldn't get all that close. Anyway, the children have been rounded up to the best of our abilities, and we are currently looking for volunteers to help wrangle them out of their Halloween costumes and get them into normal clothing, as well as with their care and feeding regimen. Just to warn you, they're a little, well... Okay, I know I've used the word feral to describe them quite a bit at this stage, but honestly, that seems a bit on the mean side, so let's just go with bitey. Bonnie has volunteered to head up the care and feeding initiative, but as good and kind and fairy godmother-esque as Bonnie is, she's still going to need a lot of help. So, if you're interested, please come down to the front office and fill out the Care and Feeding Initiative volunteer form. And yes, I'm happy to report that helping with the feral children will count towards your mandatory community service hours. In case you're wondering what we're planning on doing with the children, luckily, the elementary school is right next door. Scotty and the rest of the shop class have been given permission to skip class for the next couple of days, so that they can work on welding together some kind of makeshift scaffolding to reinforce the fence around the elementary school. And Blake, our school treasurer, will be over there doing an inventory of the supplies there. We don't have a complete list yet, but the numbers so far indicate that we should be able to house and care for the terrifying murder monsters.
Sammy.
Sorry, the children. For at least a couple of months without a problem. But, unfortunately, that does mean we're going to have to cut back in a few areas. Unfortunately, one of the places we will be cutting back will be our meals. So, our cafeteria menu for the rest of the week will be as follows. Oatmeal with crabapple jelly, or beans and rice. But hey, at least there are Twinkies for dessert, right?
Oh, don't forget the suggestion box.
Yeah, right. Give me a minute. Alright. Suggestion 1. Please find my shoe. I need it. Go Tomcats.
Woo! Go Tomcats!
Hans, buddy, we're looking, okay? I promise you we're looking. It's just that we've been a bit busy, what with the Halloween massacre, which you kind of helped cause, by the way. And you should really go apologize to Mark. His leg got chewed on, and he's been a real sport about it. He hasn't complained even once, so yeah. Go talk to him. But between the feral children and the time loop, we've been busy, man. Have you checked your locker, Hans? It might be in your locker. Heck, check Show's locker. There's a good 40% chance he's playing a joke on you, okay? Let us know if you find anything. Okay, suggestion 2. Don't do daylight savings time this year. Okay, I don't know if this is a suggestion that was put in the box before this past weekend, or if someone just thinks they're funny, or what, but I'd just like to say that I was against daylight savings time from the start, okay? I want that on record. And I'd like to formally suggest right now that when it comes to spring forward, we don't do it. Okay? Does that sound good?
You can't make that call, Sammy.
Yeah, I know. Fairness, democracy, blah, blah, blah. I just really don't want to go through that again, okay?
Ugh, trust me, you've made that very clear.
Whatever. Okay, suggestion 3. Horseshoes. Yeah, no, not today. I'm not dealing with this today. Okay, let's try a different suggestion 3. Suggestion 3. Horse. Nope. Suggestion 3. And that has been your suggestion box for today. Alright, okay. I think that's everything we needed to go over. Have a good day, North Murphy High. Hey, Hannah.
Yeah?
Can you write me an absence slip? I'm exhausted.
Are you going home?
Nah, I'll just go have a nap in the library.
Yeah, alright, I'll take care of it.
Thanks. I'll see you later.
Sammy, I think you left the PA system on. And she's gone. It's Tuesday, November 3rd. Have a good day, North Murphy High. Murphy's End is a Hindsight podcast production, and new episodes are released every Tuesday. Sammy is voiced by Sarah Eagleson, Hannah is voiced by Krista Seeley, and full credits for the episode can be found at our website, hindsightpodcast.com. While you're there, sign up for our mailing list for news and information about upcoming episodes. You can also find us on Twitter at Murphy's End, and if you like the show, please leave us a rating review on Apple Podcasts or support us on Patreon. Remember, it's going to be a long year.